Hey everyone. I hope you're doing okay in this time. There's a lot happening, and yeah, I'm gonna be making a video about it soon. But um, what I wanted to do was share another testimony from a client who I read for, and their name is Quinn. And Quinn's reading is actually on this channel. So if you scroll up, you can find Quinn's reading. And I always like to share what happens after the reading because there are so many amazing things that in the moment make no sense, neither to me or to the person I'm reading for. And then time, right? Time happens, and then all these things come to fruition and in ways that are totally unexpected. And yeah, so I wanted to read what Quinn wrote to me after they had some time to really integrate their reading um, and just kind of go over the reading also and what emerged. So here's what they wrote. Dearest Ash, firstly, thank you so much for the reading you provided. This experience was breathtaking and truly unforgettable. A lot of times in so-called modernity, we superfluously, I can't even say the word, Quinn, you got me, use words. But this 60-minute window of shared time together with spirit, and in particular, my mom, Anna, will live with me forever. Early in the reading, you provided an option to have a mediumship style reading or a spirit guide reading. Looking back, I really think you presented both. Because my mother passed away when I was so young, I didn't have a lot of solid memories of her. Couple this with abusive parenting tactics, my dad and stepmom, with my dad and stepmom, by my dad and stepmom, sorry, it was as though they tried to erase her from existence. Wow. There have been quite a few signals over the past years that I have just not been able to ignore. And this was the perfect chance opportunity to try to make a connection with her. You were really able to channel her essence in the reading you did for me, her spirit. And I also felt like I know her now, not just remember her spirit. And being is well, and her being is truly alive and well within me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for facilitating this moment. I wanted to take a bit of time to respond in full, particularly to make sense around question 3. Hope you don't mind my bits of word dumping here. So I asked people after every reading how it landed for them, what they took away from it, what it brought up for them. So that's what Quinn is referring to. So first off, connecting specifically with my mom, Anna, who I wanted to right off the bat was wow, amazing. Anna, my mom's connection was so strong, it was almost like living in a dream state. I felt as though I was sitting at a dinner table with her, but the conversation was stretched over the course of 30 years to get through it all. The complexity and wholeness of Anna's personality seemed to shine through. I heard growing up, I heard growing up and from a few strangers that she was funny, but I wasn't sure how. This reading really gave me an insight into her sense of humor, intense, biting insight, bold statements, accurate readings, understandings of the situation. Um, Also, being called out for not wanting to be on Earth and almost leaving my life here. That was a huge surprise and something that has been a large part of my adult life, but not readily shared with many people. Hearing this that you brought through validated my pain, but also gave me the chance to realize just how distant I am from that side of myself now. The poisoning I'd taken on by my caretakers and their shitty world. I found lots of little surprises too. First of all, Anna coming through with photos in an old album box. I had one of these next to me during the reading. Oh, sorry, Anna coming through and talking about the photos in an old album. I had one of these next to me during the reading. That's wild because I never know what people are like bringing to the reading. I ask for nothing. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to see anything. You can bring it, but I have no idea. And then when their spirit person or loved one brings it through and is like, they want to talk about the thing, they're like, oh my God, it's right here. um, okay, now I have to find my And then also her protecting me from harm spiritually is like a feeling I felt or an inkling as a kid, but to hear this was true, was validating on a very different level. Also, her holding me as a baby. I've seen a photo of her holding me after birth just 6 months ago. Means so much to me to picture this. Also, you brought through her sense of organization, excitement, intensity. She was a Capricorn sun, Capricorn rising, and Capricorn moon woman on a mission. That's awesome. Guidance. You highlighted my gifts, showing a path, giving clear boundaries, calling out my relationship with kitties. I feel like the cat whisperer at times. You also mentioned my budding spiritual practice, the little cauldron, LOL. Me being very particular about things that you also brought through. I am actually ADHD. I think it says AUDHD, and I'm extremely particular about things to the point of redoing things repeatedly just to get it right. Feeling very seen, called out in the most loving of ways. LOL. You also brought through my relationship with my dad. Drop his ass and let go of expectation, and also stay in my comfort zone instead of always go to his safe space and place. That was huge. You also brought through the moment when I was in doubt with my spiritual connection, and I literally said, I'm not sure if this is working or not, but I'll try. And you literally said these words in the session. Wow. Both my mom and you were listening and present to pass this on. What? My ultimate, deepest pie in the sky dream for this reading before we even started was to connect with my deceased mother, Anna. Couldn't have asked for more. Anna was fully present during the reading with such a strong presence. It was both shocking yet attuned to her presence on earth. My deepest dream here was that if I could connect with Anna to get a taste or an inkling of her personality, to try and understand or get a glimpse of her personality, sense of humor, wit, etc., all the things made of the complex tapestry of who she was on earth and the legacy she left behind. I also wanted to develop and trust my already budding spiritual instincts and downloads. Not only was my current practice of what I do in my spiritual practice highlighted and noticed with a sense of humor, I must add, me being very specific with things, but there was a specific comment on celebrating my practice, even learning from me in my practice and how small of a box my mom was forced to fit into in her spiritual world. Honestly, so many little comments that are like little saplings to be planted and can grow into a beautiful forest community of ideas are here and came forward. I also wanted some guidance, but didn't expect any. It was as though Anna, my mom, could read my mind and provide guidance through Ash as to what I wanted to hear. Gives me chills in how accurate and how read to the filth I felt and feel, but at the same time, that's exactly what I wanted. I just wanted someone who has the best intentions for me to give me a bit of guidance, and this was totally next level. Someone who understood me so deeply, but was able to provide this guidance in such a loving way. Spirit works in such mysterious ways, eh? Some keywords that come to mind now after the reading are trust, intuition, love, confidence, strength, direction. This reading was so profound. I had multiple epiphanies during the session. I was aware of how profound it was during the session, but because there were so many little bits, I was a bit dumbfounded and still in shock that something like this could possibly hit home for me. Growing up, I was such a rationalistic person and a heavy atheist. In the mid 2000s, that anything vaguely spiritual was simply a no-go for me. It was all tainted by Christianity and New Agers that it seemed either all, I don't know what this word is, asceticism or party, with nothing of depth in between. I couldn't have done this reading without all of the background work I've done since then. Years of therapy and developing my own spiritual connection grounded in a paganist tradition rooted from my ancestors with every attempt at not thieving from other traditions. Is this possible? I've learned and leaned heavily on our First Nation siblings in this space, and without them, I honestly think we'd all be totally lost. I've learned that spirit exists whether or not we believe in it. And the great mystery is not what is the meaning of life, but rather who is it that asks? Thanks, Auntie Graham. I now feel trust. I feel like I have the capacity to trust again as I have harbored and anchored my mother's eternal, unwavering, deep love. How lucky am I to have her love and then to have a reading to cement this? I feel my intuition more, to trust my already strong intuitive learnings and continue listening to them along my life path. I really feel more love and owning the love from my mother that's survived through so much. I feel more confidence, capacity to be myself and love me for this, to see my gifts and what I offer this world, to see the types of love that I provide. My heart is just remembering all of this now. Direction. I feel so much guidance, which was quite unexpected to get, despite me secretly wanting it, but not daring to think I could actually get it. To investigate doula work, to acknowledge many my types of love giving, etc. This reading is a treasure that I will return to regularly, having already listened to it several times, including once with my super supportive partner. I firmly hold a deep understanding of my mother into my sense of being here on earth. I used to feel lost, like half of my identity was missing from my mom. Not only had she died, but her memory was hidden away from me despite repeated attempts to simply look at photos of her or have discussions about her. Now I realize that it wasn't just me on a spiritual journey to find her. She was on a spiritual journey to find me too. Wow. I have a different understanding of my time here on earth after this reading and believe in the capacity for a bit of magic. I've been grounded and I've been given such a deep sense of understanding I couldn't have gotten anywhere else. Once again, thank you, Ash, for doing the unthinkable, trusting your intuition, and providing your services. Feeling very blessed. Endless love, Quinn. I just feel so much love for Quinn, and I actually have not read that yet. This was the first time that I had read it to myself. I tend to not really read the testimonies. I don't know. I put my head down and do the work, and it feels important to constantly be accountable to spirit, accountable to my ancestors, accountable to the guides, accountable to the animals and the plants and all the beings that guide me and teach me and keep me aligned always. And I think to read that, just wow. Yeah, I'm without words. Thank you so much for sharing, Quinn. And yeah, thank you to like all the spirits, Quinn's mother, Anna, for coming through in such a powerful way, bringing in so many validations and details. And again, I have no control over any of this. I'm just the messenger. I just bring it through from the spirits, and I'm just so grateful to do this work. If you want to find out more about how you can receive a reading, the events that I'm doing constantly throughout the year, I definitely invite you to join my Dear Ones newsletter. I'll put the link below, but it's also on my Instagram at the Sovereign Spirit Medium on Instagram. And I share really exclusive content. I also share deeply from my heart from that place, and just special offers that I don't offer anywhere else. We have such a beautiful community on there, so much love and care. And I love getting your emails and just responding to what I put out. It means everything to me. And you can also find information about how to book a reading at thesovereignspiritmedium.com. I book out pretty far in advance, and things are going to be changing with readings soon. I'll tell you more about that. So I do have now March dates up for readings. They're going to go fast. They always sell out each month that we release. So yeah, if you want to do that, you can go online, and you can also find the link in my Instagram bio that has like the most current information about my offerings. Yeah. Um, I hope you feel spirit. I hope you feel your guides. I hope you know you're not alone. And whatever you're walking with, whatever you're grieving with, whatever you're moving with, crying with, laughing with, just know that there is energy and beings around us, and all we have to do is call them in. All we have to do is make that intention clear and loud, and they will come. Um, Sending you all so much love, so much care, and I'll see you on the other side.